going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more, and we giving our reaction video to Claressa Shields winning a clear unanimous decision over Hanna Gabriel's and becoming a WBA and the IBF middleweight champion of the world. You know, she came down from super middleweight, and this fighting Hanna Gabriel came up from 154 to middleweight. And like I said, man, women's boxing is in full effect. It's live and direct. This was an excellent fight, and the Christian Hammer and Tori Nelson was a solid fight as well. But this fight right here was worthy of a main event. And, you know, I watched Hanna Gabriel on film. I didn't do a prediction video. I just couldn't get around to it. But I actually did the film work, and Hanna Gabriel was more of a passive fighter, especially since the Costello girl knocked her out 4 years ago. And in that rematch with her, she boxed her. I think she got dropped in that fight again, but she outboxed her. And it just shows you that Hanna Gabriel overcame some fear or knocked the cobwebs out her head about the knockout the Castillo. And she was aggressive with Claressa Shields tonight. And with I think it was a right uppercut, she dropped Claressa Shields in the combination and dressed her with a left hook for good measure. And you know, Claressa Shields got up and outpunched her every round after that. You know, that was the first round of her professional career. She was outpunched. Claressa Shields was just loading up on everything tonight, and she looked a lot amateurish. I ain't getting sugarcoated. A lot amateurish, and she kind of looked like Danny Jacobs did versus Lucky. Like she was pressing for a knockout. She was looking for a knockout. Anytime you press and load up and try to really force a knockout, it don't really never come. She did a little bit of good body work here and there. Wasn't nothing really body snatcher, Mike McCullum-esque consistent. But, you know, and towards the end of the fight, you can see the adjustment and the growth. She got back back to her P's and Q's and back to her basics and used her jab and fought behind her jab and fought behind her speed and power and started letting her punches flow a little bit more. Hanna Gabriel looked like she was very tired about the middle of this fight. But she showed the heart of a warrior, and she pushed through it. And she still competed. She still landed a lot of shots. You know, Gabriel got some good movement, man. Really good movement. She's as slick as a woman fighter that I've seen. And she ain't easy to hit, and she ain't easy to fight, especially when she on the front foot. And you know she got it working when she on the back foot. And when she on the front and back foot, she's a very hard person to deal with. But T-Rex tonight, Flint, Michigan's own, Michigan made. She handled her business, and you know, and it started back with her getting back to basics with her jab later in the fight. She started working behind that jab and working behind the speed, shorting up the right, like the looping overhand right, the right hook or the right hand was the money shot for her, and she had mixed in the left hook every now and again. But Gabriel, let me tell you, she's not an easy fighter to fight. You know, she got good movement. She fight behind the shoulder. Her leg movement is really good, and she mixed in aggressive, you know, some aggressiveness tonight, and made her really tough and kind of kept Claressa Shields off balance. And also changing pace of her punches too, and Hanna Gabriel. That's kind of how she dressed up Claressa Shields for the knockdown. Claressa Shields was really loading up. She thought Hanna Gabriel had nothing for her, and she mixed in an uppercut when, you know, Claressa Shields least expected. And Gabriel hurt her a couple of times, I think with a couple good right hands through the fight. And it could have been a product of Claressa Shields trying to make the weight. She brushed it off as the weight is no factor. But coming down 8 pounds when you already, like she said, she walked around at 180. So coming down 8 pounds and trying to make the weight limit, that's very tough. Very tough. And I'm not saying that it weakened her. You know, it weakened her. You know, it did weaken her. I ain't gonna lie. It might have weakened her, but her and Christian Hammer, I'm kind of thrown off. Her and Christian Hammer team is beefing in the ring right now, and they're like they're trying to build this fight. And you know, I give my perspective on that after this. But like I said, Hanna Gabriel, man, she's a warrior, man. Even if, you know, Claressa Shields and Lady Hammer don't fight, I'd like to see, you know, Hanna Gabriel fight Lady Hammer. Lady Hammer can fight as well. Like I said, I'm going to get to that in the next video. But, like, Shields is nice, man. It's nice. You see she adapt, and she learn, and she, you know, she make those adjustments in the ring. Because she was underutilizing her jab and winging shots. And she started to sit down and work behind her speed and work behind that jab. And, you know, her attitudes carry her a long way. Her edginess, her fire, her attitude is what's going to push her past a lot of her opponents. She's aggressive. She's mentally tough. She's not a mental midget. And if you ain't mentally tough enough, or just above that mentally tough barometer that you're going to have to be on, you're not going to beat her. Her mentality is savage. It's Flint. It's Michigan. It's tough. It's scrappy. It's, you know, whatever you adjective you want to use, that's Claressa Shields. And if you ain't going to match her personality or break that personality and that intensity that she brings to the ring, you know, 9 times out of 10 with her talent and her edginess, it's going to be a problem. The only thing that's really missing from her repertoire is that God-given, you know, power. And her and John David Jackson can work on generating more power, for sure. But, like I said, she's mentally tough. You know, she's a very tough person. And she's smart. She made the adjustment, and she needed to start doing more straight punches. She did. She needed to start working behind the jab. She did. She was patient. She stopped loading up. And, she outboxed Hanna Gabriel. Hanna Gabriel, like I said on tape, her movement and slickness is better than some men professional fighters, for sure. And she ain't never easy target. And if Hanna Gabriel chooses to keep boxing, whenever she go back down, once she find that the way to be aggressive and not get hit and be slick, and continue to progress, she's gonna be a problem. And her husband's working her corner. I believe he was a 135-pound contender. So I think his name is Brian Vasquez. So yep, it's all in the family. And you know, hopefully, you know, both of these ladies will be safe and healthy and move on to better endeavors in their career. Claressa Shields once again wins a wide unanimous decision, picks up 2 belts at WBA and I think IBF. Like I said, it's the Boxing Clinic. More, it's your boy CJ Goodfellow. One time for the one time. We on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you know, much love to the home state girl, Claressa Shields in Michigan. Don't forget, if you want to donate, the PayPal links in the description. And share. Share the videos and subscribe and hit the bell icon. We gone.